Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tami White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class. And today we are going to be making fun interactive cards, super easy, and a little surprise inside. And when you open it up, it pops up, and it's really fun, easy to make cards. And I have a lot of them to share with you. I'm going to make two today. These two shown here using the brand new June 2022 paper pumpkin kit. But then I'll show you a whole bunch, and I'll be kicking off this series today and posting tutorials for a whole bunch more throughout this coming week. So there are so many. Wait till you see these. I mean, they're just, I was having so much fun with them. There's just so many cool things to pop up inside and surprise people with. Okay, so I'll tell you just a brief summary of our class today. And welcome aboard, everybody. I am broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and it's great to see you guys on a Saturday morning. And definitely drop a comment. I'll tell you what you might be able to win. I got two different giveaways today that I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. So our class will be, I'm going to share the June 2022 paper pumpkin kit. It's brand new. It just got delivered, and explain what that is. And then I'm going to share how to make these pop-up cards super easy. And then I'm going to share the whole series of cards that I've made. So I think a lot of inspiration there. I hope you get some inspiration. And because I'm live, I have a giveaway, but also in addition to that, it is my Stamp It Demonstrator Group's blog hop, which is why I'm on Saturday morning instead of Friday or Thursday. And we are giving away the Million Thanks card kit. All you need to do to enter, and this is different than my normal videos. A blog hop day means the free entry is on my blog. So click the link in this video's description. It will bring you right to this page, and you can leave a comment with the hashtag StampItContest. Would love to hear which of these is your favorite, but you can post whatever you want there as long as you add that hashtag. There's one entry per person, and the beautiful thing about Blog Hop Day is the ideas don't end here. Once you go over there and put your entry in for the giveaway, you can take the blog hop tour and be inspired. My Stamp It group has been working on projects for today all month, so there's always some amazing things there. And the second giveaway, remember I told you I had two today. This one's an Instagram giveaway. It's giveaway weekend over on Instagram. If you love what you see here, if you love what I'm working with, I am giving one of these full kits away. And pop on over to Stamp with Tami at Instagram, and there'll be a link in the video's description as well, and you can find out how to enter to win that there, and I'll be drawing a winner for that on Monday. All right, so let's pop down to the table and check out that paper pumpkin kit. So this is the June 2022. This is a monthly subscription, and this was the kit. It's called Pick of the Crop kit. And so first things first, it comes with it always comes with what's coming up next. So this is what's coming up next in Paper Pumpkin World, and I am excited because it is nautical theme, and I love that, and it looks very summery and very fun. You need to subscribe by the 10th of the month, and you can do that at stampwithtami.com, and I will also have links to do that in this video's description. I like to make it easy for you. If you look in the video's description, I hope that I have remembered to put everything in there for you, but also on this projects page, and you're going to want to click over there anyways because the free PDF is there. So what else is fun about this is that there's a little game to play here. Yep, you're going to do a little trivia game, and you can scan to play, or if you click on over to my blog, I have a link to play that little giveaway there too, and you can enter to win prizes. So that's cool. And this is a little note that in addition to the kit that I'm going to share with you right now, there's refills available right now, and there are these little baggies. One of these little mini shopping baggies came in the kit, but you can buy a whole pack of them while they last in my online store. So here's the kit. It always comes with written instructions, but I also have video instructions for how to put the projects together per the instructions on my blog as well. I'm going to be sharing alternate projects today, so they're fun. They're step-by-steps. They're always pretty easy, and they always give you some alternate ideas. So in addition to the alternate ideas that I'll be sharing today, they've got some alternate ideas right here as well, too, right on that instruction sheet that comes in the kit. a little bit here because there's a lot to see here. Okay, so here is the kit, and there's, like I said, there's a lot there. So the kit makes, let's see, there's 9. There's 3 of each card. There's 3 different cards. So these are the card bases. There's 3 of each. They're pre-printed, which this is like a little picnic blanket there. So fun, right? Very fun summery themes. This is the mini shopping bag, and you can buy a whole pack of these on my in my online store while they last. So the refills to this were available as of this morning, and the mini shopping bags, like I said, they could sell out fast, especially, you know, after people get to see what's in the kit, because this one's a super cute one. And we've got our stamp set. So these are great if you're just getting started and you're building your collection, or if you are like me and have a very big collection but love the convenience, ease, and fun projects. These subscription kits are super fun. So there's always a stamp set in it, and I also have downloadable printable PDF versions of the stamp cases for every month. And I will put this one up today, so you'll be able to download it, and we sell the cases in my online store. So you can keep these on the shelf with all the other stamps in your collection, and it makes it easy to find. Every month there's also an ink spot. So this is a classic ink pad, and it is the same as the full-size ink pads, but just a mini one. Makes it easy to travel. I save these and I use them when I'm going somewhere, if I bring them stamping stuff with me, because they're tiny, they're easy to travel with, and they are refilled exactly the same as your full-sized. So they take the same full-size refills. So it's a great way to collect your ink spots as well. So we've got a bunch of die cuts here, cute fruit, cheese. We've got a bunch of labels here. We've got some vellum. The vellum, I'll show you in a second what that does on the card. It's so cute what they did with it. And then we've got, how adorable are these little carts? Ah, I love it. I love it. And then we've got, looks like lavender there. And then we've got some, I guess this could be bread or a croissant, whatever you want it to be. I was thinking bunny ears when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, I could do some things with that are completely not bread related. And then a few more die cuts. We've always got adhesive. We've got dots. We've got dimensionals, a little bit of twine. And then we've got printed envelopes for every card that you make. And obviously we're going to do some alternates today, but the envelopes are going to be part of my project. All right, so that's what's inside the kit. So that is part 1 of the class today. What's inside that kit? So all of those supplies, when you put them together, make these 4 projects. And there's, so we've got that little mini shopping bag so you can kind of get an idea. I put this is the tissue that comes inside the paper pumpkin box. I just put it in there just to kind of see, you can see how it goes together. You can stamp on it. Remember that vellum I was showing you? So look at, they made a little baggie, like a little, a little clear baggie out of it for the bread on the picnic, on your little napkin or blanket or whatever you want to make it to be. And then we've got our little cart here. It's got the little croissant on it, and then the fruit. I love the fruit, right? It's so fun. So this is we got little berry boxes. And we've got a little I love you. So this is what the kit makes. And I do have a separate video that shares how to make these cards and baggie per the instructions. Because today we're going outside that paper pumpkin box and we are going to make some pop-ups. So let me show you the first one that we're going to make today. And it is this one. They're both paper pumpkin alternates for this month's kit. So we've got hello. Got a little dimension. It looks like they're just popping right off the front there, the berry boxes. And then when you open it, right, the fruit pops up at you, says I love you, whatever you want it to say. So there are multiple ways to make these pop-up cards, and there are so many different things you can do with them. I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do it today. And you're going to, once you see it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that is like crazy easy. All right, so the first thing, let's get started. I'm thinking stamping. You think stamping? Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to heat and emboss today, and then we'll work with the rest of it. So I've got some Blackberry Bliss, and I have got something really cool. So we have asked for this, and Stampin' Up! Listened, and they are bringing this back. Starting July 1st, you're going to be able to purchase this. It is the embossing kit. Remember the embossing buddy that I use all the time? The if you forget it, you will regret it step. They're back. They're back. We can get embossing buddies. You can get the tray, which is awesome. No more folding paper. And then we've got a little brush to get those extra pieces. And this one, especially for when you're embossing on little pieces, you got little tweezers. Oh, I'm so happy about this. So happy about this. So that is coming out in July 1st, which is just this week, right? This week coming. So I'm just rubbing the Emboss Buddy over the front of my cardstock, especially where I've got dark cardstock. I'm going to emboss in white, and you're definitely going to get leftover flakes powder where you don't want it. So that's the purpose of the Emboss Buddy, is to keep that static down. Okay, so I'm just stamping the words in Versamark ink, the words hello that came in the kit. And I'm going to take some white embossed. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy these are back. So we've got white embossed powder. This is available in the Basics collection of embossed powder. And then this comes off, pours right back in the bottle. Life is good. And then we've got our heat tool, handy dandy heat tool here, and we're just going to heat that up. So I hope you guys are staying cool today and this weekend. It is hot here. It is supposed to be 90 today. Yeah, that's crazy, right? It's not even July yet. But I always love the summer. So it's a good time to be, you know what? I'm telling you, when it gets like, I like being outside, but when it gets that hot, I like being inside. It's more stamping time for me. So I'm just melting the powder here with the heat tool. So we've got our words. Hello, hello. Then I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to trim that out, and through the magic of video, it is all done for us. All right, so next up, what do we want to do next? Let's see. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how I did my I used on the front of this, the stripes actually came from the inside pattern on the envelopes. So I'll show you how I cut that. If you take your paper trimmer and you just slide it in maybe a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch, and just cut on the 3 sides, not the top, but the bottom and 2 sides. Just hair in there. A magical thing happens. Sorry, I know you can't see when I go down the bottom. But hopefully you get the idea. Okay. Boop. Comes out 2 pieces. So we have this great piece of pattern paper that we're going to use. So I'm going to cut that down to 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Now, I'm just going to remind you guys, because I think I forgot to tell you this in the beginning, but everything that I'm doing here, all these measurements are found on my free PDF, which you will find on this projects page. You'll be able to download that when you go there for the to enter the giveaway and see the blog hop, because it's a fun day. Today's blog hop day. So you can download that. I have all the measurements there. So you don't need to be writing things down right now. I have them all ready for you. I'm going to switch back. I'm going to just show you one thing here. So I started to cut that, but I think I'm going to rethink what I cut there. Am I? Yes. Okay. So it's 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, but I want the stripes landscape, if that makes sense. Am I saying that right? It matters which way my stripes are going. There. So this is how I want them. I almost cut them the wrong way, and it would have been okay, but I just think it looks better with the stripes going this way for this card. Okay, so next up, where do I want to go next? I've got, I think I'm going to do, let me see if I can get this. So the front of this card, I cut these out of here. So I'm just using paper snips and that paper trimmer that I just had right out here, and we'll cut that down. Save this though, because this is nice soft succulent color. You can use that for other projects. And there's no magic of video on this one. This one I got a hand cut, and I lost where I put my glasses, so we're just gonna hope for the best. I cut this really tight on the line, which is making me really wish I had my glasses handy. There they are. Okay. Because, yeah, I can't see. I know some of you out there can relate, right? I know I'm not the only one. But I'm cutting really tight on the line so there isn't a white border. You know, a lot of times I like a white border, but for this particular one, I didn't want it. I like the way it just pops off the page. And if you wanted to leave on these flowers or a little bit of lemon, you can. I'm cutting them off though, because I thought they were a little bit distracting. So I'm just going to cut. And I'm saving them though, because I feel like they would go good for another project. I've got other things in mind for those. I don't waste anything. I don't know about you guys, but you know, when you're working here, I love using the extra pieces I like finding new uses for them. All right, so I'm still going really all the way down to, and even maybe a little bit on the inside of the line there. And we're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm even going to cut in now. Yeah, I'm going to cut in this little piece here even. I just feel like the tighter you get it without any of the white showing, the more dimensional it looks on the card. All right, so I'm trying to decide what order I want to do this in. Let's go ahead and I'm going to build the inside, and then we'll do all the assembly at the same time. So building the inside, I've pre-cut these 2 little pieces, and they're going to be the little flower box on the inside. So they're cut with soft succulent. Wow, I was having a brain freeze there for a minute. Soft succulent ink, paper, soft succulent paper. I'm totally having a brain freeze. Yikes. All right, and I'm using the stripes and splatters embossing folder. I'm just taking that out of the cellophane so you can see it. This is the patterns. There's 2 folders in this pack. I'm using the splatters for this. But also, these folders were made and perfectly sized to go into this little baby machine. The little baby stamp and emboss. They call it the mini boss. That's what Linda calls it. The mini boss, the mini stamp and emboss. And I can run both of these through at the same time. So they just go on the platform. I believe I have, just this, sorry, that was the wrong folder that I already had in there. This plate right here is for the 3D folders, because this is a 3D folder. And then we just crank it through. Crank it through the little baby boss, and you know what? It's little, it's easy to move around. It's always sitting next to me on the table for those, you know, when you're making little cuts. And so we've got, now this is embossed. It's got a little texture on it. So it looks, I've thought the texture just added a little something to it. Made it a little fun for the carton on the inside. So then I'm going to take the soft succulent ink. This step is just an optional step, but totally up to you. I just thought it added a little bit, made the, I mean, it's supposed to look like a little, you know, fruit box that you get when you pick your own fruit. So I took some ink and just a sponge or a sponge dauber and just inked around the outside just to really make that pop. That's it, just a little tiny bit. And then I'm gonna take this guy This is one of the die cuts from the kit, and some Blackberry Bliss ink. And I'm gonna stamp "Love You" a whole bunch. All right, now pull everything in for assembly. Actually, no, one more thing before assembly, and that is I'm going to make our pop-up mechanism. Like I said, there's multiple ways to do these with the pop-up on the inside, but this is just a quick and easy way to do it. And the way I've done this, and I'll show you when I show some of the other ones that I've done, it just makes it easy to just kind of like get some creative juices going and make all kinds of fun things on the inside. And all you need to do is change the width of your strip here. So I've got a 1x5 inch strip, and I'm going to go ahead and score it at 1 inch. And I'm just going to keep going down to 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. And then we have, once you get those burnished, you have a perfect square. So we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive on this to make the perfect square. Boom. So this is going to be our mechanism. This is where the magic happens with that little piece right there. All right, now it's time for some assembly. Now let's get it together. So these are the pieces, and they are all listed on that free PDF. I think you guys are probably going to want to back out just a little bit, just so you can see a little bit more what's happening here. We got our box. Bada bing, bada boom. Make sure I got all the layers that I want here. Got you. We're going to need these for the inside. So this is going to go outside, 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 inside, inside, inside. And our little mechanism. Okay, so this is it. This is our pieces right here for assembly. So now I've got a standard size card base that just gets folded in half. This is 8.5 by 5.5. It's a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock folded in half. Same as just standard card size. Now I cut this 1/4 inch smaller. So we've got 5.25 by 8.25. Again, that's all in the PDF. You don't need to write these down. And the reason why I did that is because I want it to fit on the inside like that. All right, so now I'm going to use seal adhesive to attach this to the inside, and then I'll go ahead and finish the outside first, and then we'll do the pop-up part. So seal on the back of that, and then on this side too. Or whatever your favorite adhesive. If you guys like the liquid glue, that works too. So we've got our inside working. These two pieces are going to attach with seal adhesive as well. And then I'm going to put the fruit and the hello on top with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I got them around here somewhere. What do you guys think so far? Adorable, right? Loving it. If you guys aren't Paper Pumpkin subscribers or haven't checked them out for a little while, you gotta check them out because they're so much fun. This is definitely my favorite thing to get in the mailbox every month. And as you can tell, if you follow me, and if you don't follow me, please do. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But if you follow me, you know how much I love these. I love, love, love playing with the Paper Pumpkin kits and making fun, different alternate ideas out of that. So I'm just going to line that up. Okay, so I feel like there's a hair. Let me see if I can detach this. I feel like this is a hair too long. Come on. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I can. Yes. All right, I'm just going to cut it like a 1/8 of an inch maybe. Let's see what happens. Perfect. We're good. just an eighth of an inch shorter, just because that I wanted that knot to. All right, truly, what happened to the Blackberry Bliss panel that was below me? Below this layer. I lost it already. Well, we're just going to keep rolling without it. Hope for the best. Probably fell on the floor right when I moved it. No. Well, let's go ahead and put this on and maybe we'll see it again. Maybe. You know what? I think I can cut another one real quick. I've got this piece right here I can cut down. As soon as I cut this down, I'll find it. Right in front of my face. I told you, as soon as I cut that down, I would find it. Silly. Yeah, I don't like that either. I feel like I want to cut because I cut the designer series paper down, I want to cut this down an eighth of an inch too, just on the side, not on the top, but just so that they match. And I don't know that you'll need to do that. Probably just a matter of whether the fruit fits or not. But if you needed to do it, that's what you want to do. All right, that looks much more uniform. I like that much better. And that's going to go down with Stampin' Dimensionals on our card base. And our pack. Do these designs make you want to go out and pick some fruit? To make you hungry for some fruit. Okay, so that's going to go right on the front. We've got our fruit just popping right off there. And then we're going to work on the inside of the card. So these two pieces I'm going to make a box out of. The two soft succulents. So this is going to be the bottom of the box, and this is going to be kind of like the rim. So let's just put a little bit of adhesive on this and attach. So it's going to look like that. It doesn't need to be very tall. And then a little bit of adhesive on the back. And then we're going to attach. Actually, I'm going to go right up to the edge there. Attach the berries. Okay. Now, here's the magic. Here's where the magic is going to happen. We are going to take our little pop-up mechanism, and I did not put that in there very nicely, did I? Try that again. Yeah, I find if I remove the adhesive sort of, quickly, I find once it sets after a while, it's hard to remove it. But if you remove it quickly, you can get it off. Now that looks so much nicer, right? Okay, so this, we're going to use adhesive. I'm just going to use Seal Adhesive because that's what I have in front of my hand. But I might recommend Tear Tape or Seal Plus when you're doing this, just because it's a little bit stronger, and I feel like you might want that little extra something. Okay, so where's the seam? I'm going to go ahead and bury this seam in there. There we go. Not that it matters. You're not going to see any of it. I'm going to put adhesive, I've folded that in half. And I'm putting adhesive over the whole back. So two squares right there. 2 squares that I have adhesive, right? Now, I'm going to fold it this way. So there's adhesive on the top and bottom. And put that right in the middle. And then just give it a little something. And that's our pop-up mechanism. That's the secret to, man, I am just not doing well with lining things up today. I'm not happy with how that was lined up. I know I could get in there with a ruler, but where's the fun in that? Try that again. Okay. All right, so then to attach this, we're going to want adhesive just on this front. You don't want it on the top, just on the bottom here, on this front panel. And then place that right line that up in the middle. And that's it. That is how quick and easy this pop-up is. That's all there is to it. So easy. There, like I said, there are multiple ways to do this. I know I've done them multiple ways as well. But for today, we're doing quick and easy. And then we've got our little Love You bunch. So when you open it, here we go. So we got our front and then open, and there it is. Love You bunch right in the, it looks like it's right popping out of our little thing here. So adorable. And then for the finishing touch, because you know what I say, it's never really done without the bling, I'm using the iridescent rhinestones. Because I felt like these are just magical and they kind of go with everything. And then we'll just put some random rhinestones on there. And card number 1 is complete. What do you guys think? Love it? Love it. So cute. All right, for those of you popping in late, this is Blog Hop Day, so don't forget to pop on over to my blog and take the Blog Hop tour as soon as this video is over and enter to win our giveaway. I have instructions there too, and there is a link in this video's description. Okay, so that means it's time for card number 2. This is also an alternate to the paper pumpkin kit, but I've added some fun things in here. You see the Swiss cheese, and did you read it? It may sound cheesy, but I think you're great, like grated cheese. And then I've taken the bread and the cheese and made them the pop-up for this one. So let's start with, I pre-cut, through the magic of video, I've pre-cut some of the pieces here. So let's go ahead and do our stamping, and I'll show you what I've got here for pieces. So did I really do that backwards? I so did. I so did that backwards. You know when you're just not paying attention? Let me see if I can. I've got layering diorama dies here, which, you know, they rock, right? I might have what I need. Perfect. Okay, so these are the 3rd and 4th largest diorama dies. I love it when things work out. I got white and I've got early espresso that I cut out of those. So I'm going to stamp the words here in early espresso or black. Now let me tell you about where these words came from, because it's a super cute set. So I'm going to stamp that kind of in the center of the white, and the words are from a stamp set called A Little Cheesy, right? So it's got a little cheese block here, and there's a little word. So there's that one tough cookie. Thanks for putting up with me. Where there's a wine, there's a Y, away. So cute, right? So that's a funny pun one. And then I'll go ahead and stamp on the inside. I took the same little word bubble tag there for the inside. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to stamp the same words. Love you a whole bunch. Right on that one. And the last thing that I'm going to just move these to the side and pull out little piece of scrap, and I only need a little piece of scrap paper for this part. I'm going to bring you in here though, because it's a tiny little stamp. It's a mouse, because cheese, right? Because of the cheese, and because he just, I loved him. So he's from the Elephant Parade stamp set, and he's this tiny little mouse, so cute, right? So I'm going to stamp that a memento, because I'm going to color it with Stampin' Blend markers. So go ahead and put him on some scrap paper. Keeping the scrap paper. I don't know that I have any around here, but I guess I'm just going to double up. And then I'm going to color it with Stampin' Blends. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use the silicone mat. Silicone mat's good for many things. All right. So I've got Petal Pink and Crumb Cake Stampin' Blend markers. I'm going to start with the Petal Pink, and I've got the lightest. And I'm going to do his little belly and his little ears. He makes me happy. And then I'm going to go in with the dark and just add a little bit of highlights. I'm not even blending that. I'm just going to leave it right like that. And then crumb cake, the light crumb cake. I'm using the nib tips too. These have nib tips and they have brush tips. But I'm using the nib tip because this is it's a pretty small stamp. And when you're doing small areas, that it's easier to use that nib tip. So that's the light crumb cake, and then we'll go ahead and take the dark crumb cake and just highlight a little bit. I will blend this in. So these are Stamp and Blend. They're alcohol markers, just a tiny little bit. And this stamp set has a coordinating die, so you can take the coordinating mouse die, and then through the magic of video, we have our little mouse ready to go for our project. So stinking cute, right? Love him. Okay, and I believe we have one more thing to cut here, and that is I'm going to take a piece of crushed curry because that's the color I felt like going with for the cheese. Do you think that looks like cheese colored? Yeah, I guess cheese comes in many different colors, and probably Swiss cheese is lighter, but I'm taking liberties with this. And then I took, this is a die called, I think it's Dots and Spots. Yep, Dots and Spots. So this is what the die looks like. It's one big, large background. You run that through just like every other die, and you've got Swiss cheese. I mean, you can use this for many other things too, but I was thinking Swiss cheese when I saw the mouse, so I'm going to layer that and make some cheese on this one. All right, so with that, we can go ahead and do our actually, no, let's do our mechanism, our little score our little folding mechanism, and then we'll do our assembly. Same exact thing. I've got a 1x5. I'm going to score it every inch. So, oops, scoring blade's all the way in. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. And then we're going to go ahead and take this. And make our little pop-up. So there's our pop-up mechanism. And then let me pull in all the pieces that we're going to want to assemble this card. So I used a lot of die cuts from the kit on this one. So we've got card base, our Swiss cheese outside. We've got our pop-up mechanism. We've got the layering diorama dies here. Love you a whole bunch. And then our mouse. And then however many pop-ups you want to, pop-ups and die cuts you want to use here to decorate. But you definitely want to have some cheese, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I love cheese. I'm kind of a cheeseaholic. All right, so this is what we'll be using to assemble the card. Let's start with the base, and then we'll decorate it. So just move these out of the way. 1 second. Start with the base here, and either your scoring blade or a bone folder. Same exact measurements on the inside and outside. So same exact measurements on the card base and the inside lining. One's just 1/4 inch smaller than the other. Seal adhesive to attach the inside lining to the card base. So a little bit on the top. Just line that up. There's one. And then a little bit more for this. Maybe this time I'm going to do it that way so it looks nice. There we go. It lines up nicely. Okay, so we've got our card base. Let's go ahead and do the front. So I'm going to go ahead and attach, little backings to dimensionals all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and use some crushed curry as an kind of like an undergarment for our Swiss cheese. And then to attach this, I wanted it to look holy. I wanted the holes really to pop. So I'm using dimensionals. Actually, here's some. I cut this. See these little edge on your dimensionals? You guys use those, right? I'm sure you do, because nothing should go to waste. You could also use the foam strip or mini dimensionals, but I cut a bunch of that so that it kind of went in between the holes. You could kind of, it was thin enough that it didn't show. And then I'm just going to do a quick scan and make sure none of that shows. Okay. Then we're going to pop that on top. And that's a Swiss cheese. So cute, right? So dots and spots folder for that one. Next up, we're going to put the words on there. They're from the diorama dies, which are definitely something that I am hooked on lately. I love the different design, you know, on them. I think they look good with so many things, and you'll see when you see my my alternates to the alternate that I used it a lot. I'm gonna put the bread directly on that. No, is that right? Yeah. So that's flat onto the words. And then put this whole panel on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I'm going to put the cheese on with Stampin' Dimensionals and the mouse. So we'll go ahead and load all these guys up with some dimensionals. And since the bread and the label here are already attached to each other, there we go. We can be a little bit efficient with the dimensionals. And don't forget, at the end, I've got a bunch of these to share with you guys. I've got a bunch of different pop-up ideas you guys are gonna die for. They're just so cool. Okay, so we've got our little piece of cheese and the mouse. He is just hanging right out there. Isn't he adorable? So there's the front, and then we're gonna attach our pop-up mechanism the same way. So I'm just gonna lay it flat and put adhesive all on that, and then I'm gonna, so adhesive on these two panels, and then squeeze it like this, and it's gonna go right in the middle. And then I was just peeking at what I did here. So I'm attaching the cheese, just like kind of like I did on the front. We're going to attach that cheese right to the bread. And then this, put that out of the way so it's not distracting. Adhesive right on the bottom half of that pop-up mechanism, and that's going to go right there. You just want to make sure that that doesn't go below your bottom edge of the pop-up. So there we go. Right, there's our pop-up, and then the words. This time I'm going to attach them right to the back of the bread. Well, on the last card I attached it to the back of the card. This time I'm going to do it here because it's kind of fun. It's an added little pop-up. And then you can take some of these die cut pieces, the die cut pieces of loaves of bread, and just kind of add them. Oops. Add them on here for little accent pieces, little croissants or bread. And not my friends. put them on the opposite side, is how easy it is to make pop-up cards, a little surprise inside, and your friends are absolutely going to love these, So I have all of the dimensions for this and all of the supplies that I used linked in the, if you're on YouTube, they're linked in the video's description, but they're all on my project page. You'll find them all there. You can click on the link in the video's description to make it easy for you guys. Now, as promised, I've got a bunch of ideas to share with you guys. And before I do, let me tell you about a couple of things, especially if you popped in late. I am using the Pick of the Crop June 2022 Paper Pumpkin Kit. As of right now, there are refills available. They are while they last. So if you've used your entire kit, you can still get the refills, and the mini shopping bags were available this morning. And you want to subscribe to the July kit because it looks super fun, and you can play the quiz there. And I am giving one of these June 2022 paper pumpkin kits away today and tomorrow only, or your only chance to enter. I'll draw the winner on Monday, and that's on my Instagram at stampwithtami. The directions are there on how to enter. And one more really cool thing that I wanted to share is the newest kit that I have released, and that is the Gingham Cottage Suite. It's a special offer on the suite, and an entire suite. We're going to play with some fun products that are in it. You're going to love this. And we're going to make shirt origami cards, and then wreaths of all seasons, and a great box that goes with it. You can order these on my blog up until July 4th. So the offer is good until July 4th, and then I have a free class that goes along with that. All right, let's come back down here, and now I'm gonna share the rest of the cards that I made. And I don't know, there may be more coming after this, so I can't say this is going to be all of them. So I used the Heron Habitat stamp set because I love herons. I love them. And I used the coordinating dies. And this, right? The silhouette on that. And the paper is the brushstroke specialty paper. So that brushstroke specialty paper comes in 3 colors. It's the Soft Succulent, Night of Navy, and Blushing Pride. And so I've done one in each of the colors with the silhouette. So these were cut with the dies with the silhouettes of the heron standing there. So I did them for different occasions because this is the kind of card that you could make for all occasions. Tomorrow we'll have instructions. There'll be a tutorial and instructions for how to make these, but the pop-up will be the same as what we made today. Okay, so moving on because I got a lot here. And again, this entire series that I'm sharing with you now, tutorials will be posting for every single one of these cards over the next week at stampwithtami.com. So if you're only watching me on Facebook or on YouTube, you are missing so much. Head on over to my blog, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that fun as well. So here's Apple Harvest. This is a brand new stamp set. Boom, right? Colored with Stampin' Blend markers. Using that diorama die again. Really love that. Okay, this one, I love all of them. I really do. I was having a lot of fun with this. I love this stamp set, 1, because I'm a water baby, and 2, because I loved the top-down view. Being a drone photographer, I loved the fact that it looked like it was from a drone. So I had some fun with this one. I used a window sheet here for the water. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. For the water. So the kayak is just floating over the water, and then a little texture on it, and then boom, right? How fun is that? Super fun. Now, the next couple are from the brand new catalog that's coming out next week. If you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, it may already be out. Ringed in Nature, and this has got the hybrid folder, makes these cool little rings, and the die set also, diorama dies as well. And this specialty paper on the background that matches it is available during Celebration, so you can actually get that free. And then when you open it up, you got pop-out little tree pieces. You got pop-up logs there. And a little greeting. I even used designer paper on the background of that one, that specialty paper on the back. It's not specialty paper, it's celebration paper is what I think I meant to say. Okay, so the next one. This stamp set will be coming out in the mini catalog on July 1st. and it's called Sunkissed. It is, it's got some Christmas greetings. It's for those of you that live in tropical locations, or those of you who want to be in a tropical location at during the holidays. So here's the front, and again, those diorama dies, loving them so much. And then, what? Yep. So I took the wave from the Waves of Inspiration and the palm trees in this set, and they just made a scene. I just made a little scene there, pop-up scene on the inside using the Stamp and Blend markers. Isn't that cool? So fun. So fun. All right, and then next, these guys have been, a lot of you, when we were asking for favorites, when we were doing the reveal of the unboxing of the new catalog, the gnomes were right up there on everybody's list. So I wanted to play with them. This is gnome. I actually made this with the designer series paper because the framelits fit the designer series paper for these little guys here. Again, diorama dies. Love them. And then, boop, we got a toadstool, actually he's a little gnome house here, mushroom. And I used the designer series paper on the background. So we've got a little pop-up there. But wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. Okay, so I don't know which one of these I want to share first. I guess I'll share this one first. Okay. I made this into a sympathy card. It's got some nice fonts on it, right? And then I used the Host Design a Daydream paper. Actually, I used that on a few of these. Okay, this. What? Yep, little Kleenex in there. We've got a little Kleenex box. All the same. So remember how I said that, there's different things that you can do? It's just a wider base. Instead of the 1-inch base, I went a little bit wider. So I will have a full tutorial on how to make this on my blog this week. I actually got this idea from my friend Linda Bowen. How stinking cute is that, right? Okay, so stay tuned for that. Directions coming. And the last one for now. Are you ready for this? Okay, so I don't know if you guys, the white sometimes doesn't show up so well in the video. Can you see the musical notes there in the background? Okay, ready? Papa Piano! Oh, so fun. So fun. Yeah, so that one, again, the instructions will be coming. A tutorial will be coming. Same thing, though. I made the same way, just wider is all. And in the tutorial, these will be written tutorials on my blog. I'll share how I did the pianos. So stay tuned for all of that fun. Stay tuned for this entire series that will be releasing over the next week, maybe even more because there's a lot of them, right? On my stampwithtami.com blog. I love sharing all these ideas with you, so I hope they've inspired you. Be sure to drop a comment. Let me know which ones you like the best. Don't forget to head on over to the blog hop so you can enter to win that giveaway and get all of the inspiration from my Stamp It Demonstrator group. And you can pop on over to my Instagram and enter to win one of these paper pumpkin kits. And last but not least, don't forget my Gingham Cottage special offer kit is available until July 4th. And if you're not already a member of my VIP club, check that out while you're over there on my blog, because this is a great online club. You get discounts on the kits, and I get free classes. I give you free classes and ideas every month. You get exclusive videos that are seen nowhere else, not here on YouTube or anywhere else. They're just for my VIP members. All right, so with that, thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday morning or whenever you happen to be watching this. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend or week. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today.